this is what reading House of Leaves does to a person. Yeah, so this is what this is looking like in here. This is so bad, especially my desk. This is mostly, I mean, it's pretty much all from filming and editing and stuff. Random things, straightener, all clean laundry that I need to put away, books everywhere from filming, and then just random stuff all over my desk. And I finally got a ring light. I'm so excited. So this is the one that I got. I got a really just inexpensive basic one from Amazon, but I can link it down below because it did the trick and I was using it yesterday and really like it. So, and then my desk is just full of random stuff that I need to put away and also finish this morning's coffee. So, let's get down to business. Off. Oh shoot. Good morning. Can I say good morning? Good morning. Calcifer, get your butt out of my face. Good morning. Welcome to a vlog. I thought I would talk to you guys while I make myself. Ah, that's my straw. He just put this whole straw in his mouth. Calcifer, I can't believe you've done this. Welcome to a new week. I thought I would chat to you while I make a very yummy protein shake because I just got back from a yoga class. Really good. I was feeling so dismal, so just like down in the dumps this morning, and I was like, I'm not gonna go. I don't want to go. I just want to go back to bed. It's so cold. But I dragged myself there and I feel a million, gajillion, 13 billion and 33,000 times better. I really need to organize this. Anyway, now I'm a pretty happy camper. The goal for this week, say it with me, eat well. For breakfast, I bought these. I really like this brand, I feel like. I don't know, but they're overnight chia, like, mixes, chia pudding. So this one is Chocolatey Dream. So I had that one this morning. I had like half before class and then I just finished it when I got back. And then I also got another one, I think it's strawberry flavor. That one is also really good. So I really like these, and obviously you can like top it. Hey! I'm kind of running a job here. And now I'm gonna have one of these smoothies that I try to make like not disgusting by putting in less of the powder, and I also add so much cinnamon, and that makes it drinkable. So, Calcifer, can you knock it off with the straw? So someone actually fell asleep. Someone actually fell asleep at the end of the class today. We were all just, lying on our backs, breathing to end off the class in Shavasana, and some guy, all I hear is like louder, and it keeps getting louder, and I'm like, oh, you're so heavy. He was just straight up out, and he just kept snoring for a good 5 minutes. I think the poor man, he must have needed that so badly. It is really hard, I'll say, to stay awake at the end of a yoga class when you're just like cooling down, because you are so relaxed, your body is kind of exhausted, and it's just, I want to fall asleep so badly every time. So he gave into the temptation. It was too great, but it was just, it was so funny. Then I add some oat milk. I did finish a book last night, and then I've kind of in a pickle about what to read next, so I thought we could decide together. Where's my cinnamon? What else am I trying to do this week? I'm trying to plan out some vacations this year, or just like brainstorm and see, yes, what I want to do this year. Where do you want to go? Ugh. I just hate I just hate protein. It has to be done. So right now I'm gonna get ready because I'm gonna be filming my whole physical TBR video this week. Outing myself on how many unread books I own, but also organizing them, making a goal, and doing some different things with it, because my goal is to finish all the books on my bookshelf. Probably not in 1 year, but we'll see. So that's what I'm gonna go get ready for while I drink this thing and finish my coffee and water and deal with the orange boy. It is now the part of the video where I give you some reading updates. So, still going strong with my man Hemingway. I am 100 pages through, 102 pages through. I'm on chapter 19. I just did a little update for my Hemingway vlog, but the long and short of it was that I'm enjoying this. I'm trying to take it slow, but like it's honestly so readable. All of his books are just like, you can really fly through them, I find. So, really liking this. I think I said this last time. I'm not really in that much of a pickle. I have 2 audiobooks on the go. I'll tell you the first one I started. It's called The Anatomy of Anxiety. And it is by Ellen Vora. So I'm 28% through. It's nonfiction, all about anxiety. She takes a more like holistic approach, I guess you could say, but she also does examine, like she gives you scientific whatever about anxiety, why it's occurring, how it's occurring, but it looks more at like the body and what's going on in the body as opposed to the mind, because like obviously both are married. There's been a lot of research lately about the mind-body connection, so it's mostly focused on that. It's just okay so far, honestly. It's just okay. It's helpful to listen to though, even if it's not like doing a ton for me, because just like listening to myself, remembering to listen to myself, remembering different facts about anxiety is quite helpful. As well, this did come out like after COVID, so it does examine a lot about COVID and anxiety, which is cool. It examines a lot about technology and anxiety, which is really cool. It's a very like recent study on anxiety, incorporating a lot of our modern living situations and things that we do. The other audiobook I started a couple days ago, it is The Third Policeman by Flann O'Brien. This was a gift from Michael. Thank you so much. Michael is amazing. I feel like he just really knows my taste. In the past, he's just sent me so many books that end up being like, I just adore them. So The Third Policeman, I'm pretty sure he thought I would like this because it is very similar to Samuel Beckett and James Joyce. Flann O'Brien is another Irish author, and this one deals a lot with like death and eternity. So good choice there. But this is about a man. This is about a man, and he gets really close to this other man, and they're kind of friends, they're going along, but they decide to commit a robbery together because they're short on money, and our main character wants to publish a book, but you need money to publish a book, so they decide to rob this man, but it kind of goes wrong and they kill him. Time goes by and his friend is eventually like, hey, you should, like, things have quieted down. No one's really asking about this old man because we're in a pretty, I think, secluded Irish town, and no one's really noticed that this old man has gone missing. And so they're like, we should go to his house and take the money that we were gonna take. But when our protagonist goes into the house, he sees the old man living, sitting in the front room, and they start a conversation, and things are weird. Like, all of a sudden our narrator is like, what is going on? I can't remember my name. I don't know what I'm doing here. And things are very different. So eventually it turns out that he's not in his town anymore. I'm pretty sure he's dead. I think he's dead. I think he's died and we're in hell or something. But it's interesting. It is very Samuel Beckett-y so far. I'm only 38 pages through. This is a gorgeous bookmark that one of you gave me as well. Thank you. And I am liking it. It's a bit of a difficult audiobook to listen to, so I'm gonna see if I still want to continue it in audiobook fashion. I am liking it because it's just strange. It's weird. He's now going down to the police headquarters where there are 2 policemen there, and he's gonna ask them like, where did the money go that I wanted to steal? The 2 audiobooks I have on the go, and then I did want to pick up one more physical book, but I don't know. I don't know what I actually want to start. I don't know what I actually want to start yet, so I think I'm gonna try and decide today. We should pick something together because I don't want to rush through A Farewell to Arms. I kind of want to make it last for almost the whole month. Good morning. Okay, so I'm getting ready to go to my first aerial yoga class, like aerial silks. So you know, it's in the air. You're suspended in the air with the silks, and I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna go anyway. I just have this fear of like the silks snapping on me and me plummeting to the ground like Icarus. It's like 11:40 or something right now. But yeah, what else do I need to do? I don't think I bring my yoga mat because you're not on the ground, you're in the air. Calcifer and I slept in with each other this morning, which was so nice. And I'm gonna go to this class and then I'm gonna come back and start on some work and stuff. I also read a bunch of Hemingway last night. I'm also like, should I change into like a tank top? Is this too slippery? Because I feel like maybe I'll like slip and fall. You know what, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't have a fear of heights, I just have a fear of like falling from low places. Is that silly? I'm gonna go. Wish me luck. Okay, I'm back. It's about an hour and a bit later. Okay, I'm glad I went because I want to try every single fitness class that the gym offers just to try. I don't know if aerial's for me. It was a lot of hanging upside down. I have a really big headache now. Probably because I wasn't very hydrated before I went, maybe, but I don't know if I love the feeling of being upside down for long periods of time and like having all that blood rush to my head. Not something I'm a huge fan of, although I imagine you get used to it. Probably gonna take some ibuprofen now. Other than that, it wasn't a physical challenge for me. It was kind of just a mental challenge for me, which is just as important because like I really just had to be like, okay, I'm gonna trust these ropes and they're not gonna drop me, and they didn't, so it was fine. Plus I got to hang upside down like Spider-Man. Like the pose was literally called Spider-Man, so you're like upside down in the ropes, which was cool. It seems like it's a lot of back flexibility, which wasn't honestly challenging for me. I'm glad I made progress on trying something new at the gym because they have so many classes, so I'll see if I can book into something else tomorrow though. This vlog has been, man, it's been all over the place, hasn't it? And that's kind of how I've been feeling this week, and it's kind of melded into like a week and a half that I've been just filming clips here and there. I've been filming a lot of like really fun sit-down videos, but I haven't really checked in with the vlog, and I really miss vlogging. I want to get back into a good routine with it. Like I said, just all over the place in terms of like my mood. It's just been going like up and down, just like fluctuating so much. It's been ever since I finished A Farewell to Arms. Like I was already kind of in a little bit of a rough patch, but like I said, fluctuating up and down a lot with my mood. Not even close to my period or anything really, so like I don't really know what's going on with me, but it kind of started when I finished A Farewell to Arms. I like burst into tears, like I was on call with Carolyn, and I just could not stop crying, and like this book is just kind of the catalyst. Like I think I would have cried anyway because this book, if you've read the ending, you know it's a slap in your face. It's just it's so raw that it's really hard to deal with the ending. But since then I've just been like so on the verge, the cusp of tears for not really any particular reason. I've just been on a roller coaster of emotions and anxiety for the last week and a bit, and I'm just trying to kind of get back to a balance and find out why. I think probably because number one, I messed up my sleep schedule over the weekend. That was a big factor because I was just staying up really, really late, waking up really, really late. That doesn't work for me. But I have been eating a lot better, so I thought that was going well. I've been reducing my caffeine intake, which has been going well. I've been going to the gym a lot more again. I've been going back to classes now that I'm pretty much over COVID and stuff like that. So that's also been going well. That's really helpful. I went to 2 classes yesterday, which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, I don't know why this is like becoming just a general life check-in. It's really hard for me not to detest this city. It really, really is. I have to make such a huge effort. I think what didn't help was that over the weekend as well, we went to the Eaton Centre, which is a huge mall in Toronto. It's probably, is it the biggest mall I've ever been to? I haven't ever really properly been to the Eaton Centre. I went once in high school, but I was literally only there for like 10 minutes to get breakfast while I was en route to Niagara Falls. So I've never actually been to the Eaton Centre. I didn't know how big it was. It was really busy, but like I hit up the bookstore first, but I didn't even buy anything at the bookstore because the whole time I was there, I was just like in a really bad place. Places like this, crowds like this, seeing all these people, seeing all these huge stores, it really has a negative effect on me, and I'm just trying to respect that. Like I'm currently listening to this book. I don't know how much I've talked about this, but this is The Anatomy of Anxiety. And like it's been very helpful while also potentially inducing anxiety itself, because a lot of anxiety is just anxiety around anxiety. This one is just kind of helping me realize that like, yes, it's okay that I'm this way. Like I don't have to justify it. I just have to accept it and like know that that's who I am, that's where I'm at. And I'll probably never like crowds or lots of people or city life, being removed from nature, all of that stuff. So this week, yeah, I'm just trying to get back to a balance and not feel so fragile. Gym has been really helpful. Yesterday I went to a yoga class, and then right after that I went to like a core ab class. That was really hard. My abs still hurt every time I like laugh or sneeze. They're very sore today, so I don't think I'm gonna go to any classes today. I think I'm just gonna give it a rest. It's also really cold in my apartment. I don't know what's going on because outside it's not even that cold. I got a new water bottle. That's a nice update. Look at how pretty it is. I'll link it down below. I just think it's cute as hell. And it's a lot bigger than my last one, which is nice. So I've been drinking more water. This is just a little check-in, but I also did finish 2 books since we last talked, and I did actually pick out one that I started. So obviously I finished A Farewell to Arms. This was like almost 5 stars for me. Even thinking about it, I just want to cry. Like I think this honestly really affected me. And I really enjoyed it. So far I've seen kind of like a 50-50 split from you guys who are reading it, saying either like you're loving it, it's the most fantastic thing, or like you're not really jiving with the writing style, which is probably Ernest Hemingway's biggest complaint, is that people don't like his writing style. I like it. I actually really like the dialogue. I more have a problem, like I was saying in my other vlog, with the description of just random things. Like I don't want 2 paragraphs talking about like a house in his writing style, because that I can see why that can get a bit boring. Finished Farewell to Arms, so that is our first Game of Tomes book done. I'm so happy, but man, start the year off on this note with like this book. So rough. So that's where I'm at with that. And then I think I was talking about before, maybe The Third Policeman by Flann O'Brien. I did finish this. I'm not gonna lie. What happened? Did I understand this? This was really difficult. This was really difficult to read. I did give it 3 stars because some parts were really interesting, but I'm not gonna say too much about this. I'm gonna save it for my wrap up, but a lot of this, you know. And then the book I did start, this one I'm gonna be finishing very quickly, because here's the thing. I decided to pick up, finally, Borges. I bought this collection of ficciones, or his collected fictions, during the pandemic when I was in quarantine, and I didn't pick it up, but I now have, and I'm just gonna start reading the collection front to back. So probably reading like maybe a work or 2 every single month. So the first one I have that I started is A Universal History of Iniquity, is the first piece of work in here. I think that was his first publication, if I'm not mistaken, but it's essentially like a piece of just experimental fun where he's talking about different figures from history and he's writing about them. It's kind of like a little biography of like nastiness and vileness in the world. It talks about different people like slave owners, pirates. We just had one on this man who decided to impersonate this woman's dead son so that he could get all of their money. So it's just kind of telling you about really awful people. His writing is just very tantalizing. It's very ticklish. I don't know, that's what I was thinking, what word I would use to describe it, and I think I described Borges as like ticklish. Very ticklish writing. So yeah, it's not a long work at all, so I'll be finishing that up soon, but I did want to like decide to make some progress in this collection this year and hopefully finish the whole thing, because Borges has been one of my like authors that I want to get into the most, and I think he's gonna be very influential, on me, like I'm talking about on me. He's obviously very influential by himself, but yeah. So I just sat down after a morning of, I called my mom to catch up because I had some exciting news to tell her. She had some not so exciting news to tell me. My brother has COVID again, and I think they might all get it this time, which I'm really hoping not, so that sucks. And then I did some like YouTube work and got a video uploaded. I just sat down to plan maybe a little bit into February, since January is almost over. Can you believe that? I'm still reading, like I said, The Anatomy of Anxiety. I think I'm gonna finish this one today. I am in quite a nonfiction mood, but I do have a credit on Audible that I want to spend, and I might actually purchase another nonfiction. One that's on my shelf, because I've been meaning to pick that one up for a while. But yeah, The Anatomy of Anxiety by Ellen Vora, the nonfiction book. It's pretty, I don't want to say it's good, but it's just like I am taking some helpful things away from it, and other things I'm like, I'm just gonna leave that there, like it's not helpful. That's kind of how I try to approach every nonfiction book about mental health or anything like that, because everyone has something different to say, and she comes at it from a more like holistic approach, which some things I'm like yes, other things I'm like maybe that's not for me. So that's kind of how that one's going, but like I am appreciating it, and I think right now it's just really important for me. Like I said, I'm gonna do some planning, and then I actually wanted to get out of the apartment today, because that's been something I've been struggling with, just feeling just a little bit claustrophobic, which I've never felt before, and definitely a little bit suffocated, which are like kind of two different feelings to me actually. But I wanted to just get out. I might go up to like our lounge here and work on something. If you guys follow me on Goodreads, I feel like just really been confusing people on there with the books I've been picking up that I haven't talked about yet, because I have been reading some wacky books in terms of just like, why are you reading that? Like, who would actually read these books? It's me, but I'll probably show you those. I'll show you those in a second. I think right now I'm gonna make a smoothie. I have a grocery order on the way that I'm kind of waiting for to make the smoothie, because it has some ingredients, and then I will discuss with you my plans, because I may or may not be wanting to write a book. I want to write a book. There it is. I'm gonna try to write a book. I am trying right now, but we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so I just got a big grocery order delivered. They're usually not this big, my grocery stuff, but I thought we could do a little grocery haul, because I'm trying to do some more just like lifestyle things in these videos. So this is what quite a big grocery order looks like for me, I guess, for us. So first things first, I got some popcorn, because we have been craving popcorn. So just a little box of popcorn. This is the granola that I usually get, so I ran out. I got the flax and hemp granola. I really like this. And then the yogurt I got to put it in is just this coconut milk plain yogurt. I usually like these silk ones, but it's honestly like too expensive. This one is a bit cheaper, so I got this one, and then I'll probably put like fruit and maybe maple syrup or something in there. I ran out of coffee, so I just got some medium roast coffee. These I've never tried before, but they looked really good. These are tortilla strips. They're chili and lime. They're put on like salads, or I'll probably put them on like burgers and stuff too. A huge bunch of bananas, and here's the thing. So these are not from my order, because last night when we got our groceries delivered, they accidentally delivered the wrong order, so we got someone else's order. And then obviously I was like, hey, we got the wrong order, and they were like, oh, don't worry about it, we'll give you your order tomorrow, but you can keep whatever order you got. People's order that we got was a pretty small one, but the things that I kept out, because they got some really weird stuff. I don't know. I got buble that they ordered, so I got the grapefruit, which, you know, isn't my favorite flavor, but it's free bubbly. It's free bubbly. I'm not gonna complain. And then they also ordered like organic bananas, so now I have so many bananas that I don't know what to do with. Anyway, partner got some chips. These are actually pretty good. And then we were out of pasta, so we got some fusilli and some tomato sauce. This is probably my favorite, the Classico one. Really like that. An obscene amount of oat milk, because we go through oat milk like nobody's business. We just use it in everything from like pasta to obviously coffee and cereal and baking and stuff. So ton of oat milk. And then my partner's obsessed with mango juice, some hummus. I think this is just garlic. I got everything bagels, some wraps because we make a lot of like tacos and stuff. I got some frozen broccoli and frozen blueberries. I really wish like fresh berries were not so expensive, but they're just obscene amounts of money, so I get them frozen. And then this is a new purchase I haven't tried, but we honestly have not been using like butter or margarine for a really long time, but I did want to do some baking, so I thought I would get this one because it's like oat milk margarine or oat milk butter. So that sounded kind of good, honestly. And then tofu, 2 things of tofu. We go through tofu very quickly. I've never gotten this either, but this is almond butter. I've actually never had almond butter, which is maybe shocking, but I also never buy jam. But the thing that I wanted to bake, they're like shortbread cookies, or no, what are they called? Thumbprint cookies. They're like shortbread cookies with jam in the middle. I just got some strawberry jam to make that. We ran out of cheese. We go through cheese so slowly. I hardly ever eat vegan cheese anymore, honestly. If I do, it's just like thrown into like a taco or like a vegan beef thing, but yeah, hardly ever use this. And then we have the produce. I got some cremini mushrooms, we got some garlic, 1 avocado. I got some Swiss chard. I think this is actually red chard. It's really pretty color, but I wanted to make some of that. And then I ran out of tomatoes. I also got 2 whole garlics. No, what is this? Ginger. Because I wanted to make like a drink. And then I also got some turmeric because I wanted to make golden tea. So that is my grocery order. I'm really glad it's finally here. And yeah, I'm just gonna put it all away now. Every time it's time for him to eat, we say, "Bring." Come here. Oh, muffin. He's a muffin. Good boy. Sit. Nice. Paw. Good boy. Good boy. Here you go. There you go. Yeah, what? You want to give me a paw again? You don't have to. I just gave you it. Oh, muffin. I love you so much. Can I have this one? Oh, you're just so good. What about this one? This one. Guys. Oh. Oh. What the heck? I don't deserve this. I love you. I love you so much. Oh, cow. Hi, it's a bit later now. Whenever I wear this hat in my vlogs, it is because like this is the moment you can tell that my bangs have just driven me to the point, driven me to the cliffside, that I can't deal with them anymore, and so I just throw this thing on. Yeah. So I am about to leave to go work in the lounge, which is nice. I just made myself a coffee because I cannot find like a travel mug, so I'm just gonna have the rest of my iced coffee. But I wanted to show you what my fancy new library card has gotten me because I'm very excited. The last time I checked out books from the actual library, like physical books, was like in March of the pandemic, when the pandemic first started. So I'm thrilled to show you that I have so many books, plus like 2 more right there that I'll grab. One of them I've already read, and the second one I started reading. I got 3 pages in and I bought it for myself because they are all books about hotels. I'm very excited. This year I want it to be the year of following the things that you love until you become borderline, questionably, dangerously obsessed with them. Like, I really want to embody that Rilke quote, go to the limit of your longing. So this year, if there's something I want to know more about, if there's something I'm really passionate about, I'm just gonna go for it and see where it goes. Like, I'm really excited. So yes, they are all books about hotels. I got all of these because, number one, I'm interested in hotels. I have been fascinated by hotels since I was a wee little girl, and it's just never stopped. I'm obsessed with hotels. I haven't even stayed in that many hotels in my life. I wouldn't say that I'm a big traveler or that my family really traveled that much, but I think that's maybe why I thought hotels were so special, because they were a really rare occurrence for me. But I got them because I just wanted to research hotels in general, but like I said, I am trying to do something, to write a book. I would really like to write a book. That's always been a life goal of mine. I've started and stopped so many different books. I think at one point I had like a 50,000 word manuscript of a novel. That was when I started my booktube channel. I used to do like writing blogs. I don't think they're up anymore because I've changed. It's not me anymore, but I would love to bring back the writing blogs because I just feel like I've grown so much, and now that I don't know, I just feel ready. I feel ready. So all I know, well, I know more than all I know, but all I'm gonna tell you is that I know that I want my novel to be set in a hotel, around a hotel, about a hotel. So I'm doing so much research about hotels because there's so much I think I want to learn and discuss, and I want to have some like theory about hotels. But anyway, this book is not theory. This is a big old coffee table book called Contemporary Hotel Design. And you can bet your buttons that I read this thing in one sitting, front to back, from cover to cover. I read every single word, went through every single picture. This just basically like is a compilation of hotels from around the world, and it gives you like where they are, their style, gives you a little bit of information about each. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I love this, so I checked this big thing out of the library. I read this, really had a great time. Like, I honestly had a great time. This is thrilling to me. I love this. Like, this is the stuff I'm so into. So that is Contemporary Hotel Design by Joachim Fischer. This one I just wanted to have like a good visual aid. And then this one that I started reading, this is the one that I got 3 pages through, and I bought it and it just got delivered today. So I'm gonna go down to my mailbox, grab this book, and then I'm gonna go up to the lounge and take some notes, because I started taking so many notes that I wanted to annotate this, underline, and just write all in it, and I'm like, I can't, it's a library book. But this is The Hotel, Occupied Space by Robert A. Davidson. Robert A. Davidson is actually a professor at U of T, so here in Toronto, which is cool. But this is a piece of theory on the hotel, on the space of the hotel, viewing the hotel as a space of occupation, both in terms of the transience of the tourist, but also in terms of like a more militant definition of occupation. I just think it was so cool. Like I said, I read 3 pages and I was like, this is amazing. I need to have it. This just interests me so much. The temporal element, like because you're staying in a hotel for a limited period of time, pushes the traveler's presence in hotel into a new category. Temporariness, measured by a clock or a calendar, makes time the paramount factor. Dwelling, while possible under certain circumstances, is clearly not the default experience here. What is more, whereas the home is governed by family rules, traditions, and cultural convention, hotel occupancy is different. It is the market revealed on a supremely intimate level. A controlled space where we engage in such private activities as sleeping, dressing, and having sex is commodified along the temporal axis and supplied according to means, taste, and availability. I just think it's gonna be fascinating. Like, and then it like delves into film and stuff, and the way that hotels have been used in art in different periods. We have like the wartime hotel. This is probably the book I'm most excited to read right now. This is pretty recent release, 2018, so I am so excited to go downstairs and get my package of The Hotel. I found all these just on the Toronto Public Library catalog. Like I literally just searched in hotel theory, grand hotels, stuff like that, hotel architecture, and this all came up. That's just how I found all of these. The next one I have is hotel lobbies and lounges. The Architecture of Professional Hospitality by Tom Evermates and Anne Massey. So, yep, this one's just all about hotel lobbies and lounges. They're a place of exclusive sociability and bohemian misery, a site of crime and murder. The hotel has embodied the dynamism of the metropolis since the 18th century. Yeah, I'm also very interested in like older hotels, especially in Europe, as a site for like poets and authors and idealists to come together and talk. Like, I don't know, that kind of hotel doesn't really exist here, I don't think, in North America, at least for me. Like, I've never had that experience where the hotel has been this center where people go and meet each other and like discuss things and have quite extended stays. Like that kind of culture, I think, just doesn't exist here. I'm not sure if that's still a thing in Europe. I feel like maybe some remnant of that is holding on, but I'm very interested in like obviously Swiss hotels for that reason. Just all of them. Anyway, this one is cool. This one is more of like a novel. This is Rooms with a View, The Secret Life of Grand Hotels by Adrian Murby. This looks really cool. This goes over a whole bunch of, I think, different grand hotels. Like we have Salvador Dali once asked room service at a hotel in Paris to send him up a flock of sheep. When they were brought up to his room, he pulled out a gun and fired blanks at them. So it just details like crazy stays like this. He tells the stories of 50 of the world's most magnificent hotels. I'm so excited. So that is that one. This next one is kind of more tangential, I guess, to the hotel. That is Corridors, Passages of Modernity. I'm also really interested in hallways. This is what reading House of Leaves does to a person. So this is all about like the corridor as a space of anxiety, like the space in between spaces, a space of passage. It's not a space to dwell in. It's just, you know, a way between two different places. We spend our lives moving through passages, hallways, corridors, and gangways, yet they do not feature in architectural histories, monographs, or guidebooks. They are overlooked, undervalued, and disregarded. Yeah, so this is the definitive history of the corridor. I am, like I said, obsessed. It's just so fun when you can study your own like academic whatever you want to when you're not being told to. Okay, the last one I have here, I do have actually one more hold. I have one more hold at the library I have to get. This is Ghosts of the Belle Epoque. It's one of the hotels in Palermo that has a pretty famous history. I'm obsessed with hotels, that's kind of the gist. If I'm interested in something, I'm not gonna just let it be. It's gonna be a scab that I pick off and that I let gush all over me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go now. I just love how I just mentioned Rilke and then I just got ready to go out the door, but then I was listening to the anxiety audiobook and she quoted Rilke, the live the questions now quote, and I was just like, that is just, he's just popping up everywhere. I love it. I always find him in unexpected places. But a book about anxiety is so apt for his words, the live the questions now, and then perhaps without even knowing it, years later, you will live into the answer. Just love. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I got my Dickens versus Tolstoy bag with my books and I'm very cozy. Okay, so I thought that my book came. I'm back now. I'm back in my apartment, but the package that actually came was this that I ordered as a Christmas gift for myself a long time ago. It's from Lace Made. I heard about them on Instagram, And this is so beautiful. Why is the packaging so nice? They've got a mermaid. I don't even want to open it. I have like a bunch of different styles, but ideally I would wear stuff like this if I could all the time. I did buy these pieces in mind. I know, with like my cottagecore life in mind, right? One day you and I are gonna have a cottage in the woods. Do you know that? Are you trying to take my hat off? Yeah, one day it's gonna be you and me. One day we're gonna be in the woods, Calcifer. So I got these two pieces, which are a bit extravagant, and like I don't know where I'm gonna wear them. We have a little card. Funny. We have a Calcifer, please. Holy, she's long. It's so heavy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to try this on. Wow. Oh, that's beautiful. I've been wanting a corset for a really long time. Stop. Okay,